This is Kurt again. Yes, another video. Wow. I'm releasing version after version after version, isn't it? So there you are. We've got version 2.1 of TCI Remote already. And let me just get over the different new features in this video. Let us start with when I was busy just playing with my phone and doing a QSO, I was having bright sunshine. I couldn't see the screen. So I've added the light mode. It was actually hidden in the hidden menu. So if you want to get to the hidden menu, you need to go on the config window and you click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you will toggle. Now it's hidden, but if I click here 6 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then you will see there are some hidden things that will appear for obvious reasons. But basically now we have this light mode. I will turn it on just to show you how it looks like. And let me just go to the main screen and start the... there we go. I'll turn the volume down because otherwise you cannot hear me anymore. So apparently this is a little bit better when you are having bright sunlight on your screen. That's the first new feature. Another one, I've added a feature called Bluetooth PTT. And it's this feature right here. So what it basically does, let me just go and be sure that I've got my Bluetooth turned on. You can now map any of these devices here. So this is like a Bluetooth PTT microphone. And normally it should work, but there's still a little bug I need to work on, but you can already use it for some of the devices. There's not going to be any issue. So you toggle it on and you can scan for the device. So if I just go here and I scan, somewhere in the list I will see and have something like appear like a PTT. I'll turn it on here. So
power on.
There you go. Power on, it says. So if I do a scan again,
connected.
There you go now. And you can see the PTT key is right here. I can connect to it and it's going to populate the PTT key on the top. So let me just, yeah, there you go. And then you can use this Bluetooth device. And now if I do a PTT, it will work. So let me just show you. It works. I just need to yeah, there you go. I need to PTT to show it to you, but that's it. That's the Bluetooth. Now, I'm not gonna use it right now, so I'll disable it. You can also disconnect from the device, but basically any kind of Bluetooth PTT key should work logically. So give me some feedback if you are experiencing any issues. Another thing that I've added, jitter buffer. So if you go into the config, you have audio jitter buffer, which is under run recovery, and the microphone TX buffer. So what it does, this here, when the stream comes in, it's not going to play back right away. It's just going to say, hey, wait, hold on a moment, hold on 100 milliseconds, and then I'm going to play the audio stream. So it's to get this issue, okay? And you can turn it up to 200 milliseconds right here. In the reverse direction, we've got the same. So we have the microphone TX buffer. So this is going to send a message to the TCI server. And it's going to tell the server like, hey, you have to wait right now 140 milliseconds before you can start to transmit my audio. I'll turn it back to 100 milliseconds, which I think is okay. So it's different from this here, the audio lag, this one here. I told you before, if you want, you can change the audio lag, the threshold. So what it does, the audio comes in. Sometimes there's going to be a lag from the real-time audio stream. And when the lag is too high, when it gets to a certain threshold, it will reset the audio stream. So that's the audio lag. And you can reset it by clicking on the audio lag letters, and you will be able to change the slider here. Or another solution would be to just click on the number here to reset the audio stream. Okay, that's set. The next thing, please fill in your credentials for qrz.com because it won't work what I'm going to show you right now. So here you need to fill in your username and your password, because it's going to go to qrz.com and it's going to retrieve the information from the website in a hidden web view screen, so it's transparent to you. But where do we need this? When I go to QSO Note, it's right here, and you click on it, you can type in any call sign. Let me just take this call sign here, 9 Kilo 2 Kilo Oscar, Mr. Musalam. And if I do a search, you will now have like a some kind of an animation until it really finds all the information. And what it searches is going, or what it actually displays, it's going to also display now the headings of the antenna from the GPS coordinates that you've filled in into your QRZ page. And then it's going to also tell you how far the QTH is from your the station is from your QTH, and you will have also the country. On the bottom here, you also see the current time at their QTH. Now, this is an estimate, so don't kill me if there is a difference between what is displayed here and what the station will tell you. It doesn't take into account, for example, daylight savings time and all that kind of stuff, but it's an approximate idea for you. So if you should say good morning, good evening, or good night, or good afternoon, whatever, to the station that you're talking to. And last time I explained to you, if the email address is found, it will display a little email here, a little icon here. And when this icon is active, it means that you can also eventually send a video of the recording, so you can start to record and just an audio or audio and video. And if you do the video and you choose email, because it found the email, then you can choose your Gmail. And if you do and click on Gmail, it will populate automatically the target recipient email address and also with the file. So it's just plug and play. I didn't mention in my previous video is this is like a small logbook. You can go to the log here, and you can also export the logbook here or share it in a DIF file, and then you can upload it to your main logbook. So your main logbook will be up to date with the logbook from here. And you also have the option to delete. So if you finished uploading this particular logbook to your main logbook, then you can do a delete and you can start from scratch. It's not going to search for, previous QSOs. It's just a simple, what we call QSO note. I just want to keep it simple. Another thing that I've added now, because you might be talking with somebody over the air, you want to talk with them about their QRZ page, you can now look at their QRZ. So if you go back here, let me just take my call sign in Thailand. And let me just type HS0ZPX. So if I now do a search, it's going to delete the name and populate it with the right information. And now I can go to View QRZ, and you can watch the QRZ while you can still control the PTT. So you can see on top there is a PTT key here. So if I click the PTT, you can still PTT. So you don't have to quickly go to the previous screen. And everything that I modify in the program is because I'm using it and I find like, oh, I want this, I want that. So this is a feature I absolutely wanted, so I can talk about what's on their QRZ page. You can look at their antenna and all that kind of stuff. And basically, you can still do the PTT. So it's not that you have to go back to the previous screen. The next thing that is new are a few icons that I've changed. So if you look here, there is now a cross here to go out of the application. Or I also removed connect and disconnect, and I replaced it with a power button, but also there was like connected or disconnected on the top. Now it's just that little dot here in front of TCI Remote. If I turn it off, it will just become black. And when I turn it on, it becomes green. So you can visually see very quickly that you are connected to the server or not. Also, I changed the time display. So currently we are in UTC, but if I click here, it will go to local time. So you can toggle between local and UTC time. Another thing is the information here. I have taken out the current settings of the zoom, the gain, the waterfall, and also the FFT. If you want to know what's the current zoom level, you just have to click on it and you can see it right here. I did that because some users of the TCI Remote, they told me that they couldn't see the spot icon, and therefore I tried to pull everything more to the left side so it fits also on low resolution devices. This is the spot here, so this has been reworked as well. Fetch spots actually means that you can right now turn on and off the spot downloads. If you turn it off, the spot system will be completely disabled. If you turn it on, independently whether you're connected with the TCI Remote to your server or not, it will populate the spots automatically. This here will give you the possibility to display these spots on your pen adapter. So if I turn this one on, you can visually see on your pen adapter where the spots are located. And if I just do show unknown mode, I noticed a lot of spots, they do not have any mode information. So if you want to populate it with a little bit more information, you can do so. So for example, if I want to have phone, you can see these are all the SSB, but sometimes people, they do not write what is the mode, and then it will also display it when you turn this one on. I explained this last time. Also notice that from now on, you can also click on one of the spots and it will bring you right away to the frequency. So if I just click here on Yankee Delta 0, X-ray, X-ray, it will go straight away to the frequency for you. Also, if you see a spot on the pen adapter, you can go with your finger, click on it, and it will go straight away to that particular frequency. If you don't want to have the spots, you just turn off the rendering of the spots on the pen adapter, and that's it. So that said, I have also added a little feature, web access, for specific websites. Let me just explain it with an example. So if you have, for example, an amplifier, and the amplifier does have a web page, like a web interface somewhere, you could give this web address right here. So I've got my rotor. So I told that my rotor, which is PST rotator, it does have a built-in web server. And I've just configured it on this IP address and this port number. And when you fill in any of these things, you will need to restart because it needs to refresh the main screen of TCI Remote. So if I do a save, it's going to tell you, do you want to restart? And then it's going to restart. When you populate one of these three addresses, it will pop up here with whatever you name you have given to it. So if I click here on 60 degrees, it's going to start to turn to 60 degrees. I need to refresh. Anyway, you can see that my rotator now is turning. And even if you're doing any kind of manipulation on these pages, you always have that PTT button available. So you can always start to continue to have your QSO without you need to go to the previous screen. If you make a phone call, or if you get a phone call, it would automatically shut down TCI Remote. But if you get a WhatsApp call, the TCI Remote was continuing to give this stream, and it was pretty annoying. So normally with the last version, with this 2.1 version, when you get a phone call by WhatsApp, it will normally mute the stream. When you come back to the TCI Remote after you had your phone call, you will have to unmute manually the TCI Remote. So keep that in mind in case that you get some calls. So I think that's about it. Now, I think I'm going to now cool down a little bit with the programming. I've been, spending a lot of tokens, and any donation is always welcome. I intentionally didn't want to make this application as a paid application. I could have done that, but I think for the community of ham operators, I wanted to make it for free. But any donation is going to cover the costs for the tokens that I need to use for all the AI systems and all the programs that I'm using to build the application. So keep that in mind. A few euros is maybe just a few euros for you, but it's a big difference for me. It gives me the possibility to continue to work on the program and make it even better. If you have any bugs, any issues whatsoever, you can always go down in the page and you can always connect to the Discord page from Thetis, from Mr. Ritchie. This link here will bring you right away to the correct channel, so you can discuss about the TCI Remote. Any bug, I will try to do my best to take them out. There was a little security issue, but it's a very minor issue. Actually, the QRZ password was not encrypted, and it could be retrieved by connecting through the Bluetooth, but this in the meantime has been resolved. So I've tested also all the security. That's it. Let me know what is your preferred feature. If there are any features that you would like to have, just drop a message or leave the comment in the video section here, and I will do my best to evaluate them. So I wish you 70 trees, and hopefully we'll catch you down the log. Maybe we can hear you on the air while you're using TCI Remote. That would be fantastic. This is ON7OFF signing off. 70 trees, and bye-bye.